Oh, Chase Elliott and Larson back here, 3 wide at the bottom, battling up front.
Chase Elliott, when they cycled themselves to the lead, they looked phenomenal. When they got to the top 5, they looked like a race contending winning car. And when that pit cycle happened and they stayed out at 68 that everybody else didn't, and they lost their track position, they just became that was kryptonite for them. They just became average and ended up with a 15th place finish.
The Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway turned into an absolute nightmare for Chase Elliott, and what happened to the number 9 team has sent shockwaves through the NASCAR community. Elliott found himself hit with not 1, but 2 devastating penalties during Sunday's race, infractions that completely destroyed his chances at Michigan and have serious implications for his championship hunt. With Elliott currently sitting 5th in the Cup Series standings without a playoff-clinching victory, these costly mistakes couldn't have come at a worse time. Elliott's first disaster struck on lap 74 when NASCAR officials flagged the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet for improper fueling, an infraction that immediately sent them to the tail end of the field. This wasn't just a minor setback, it was a race-changing moment that completely derailed what had been a promising day for the 2020 Cup Series champion. The timing couldn't have been worse, as Elliott had been running competitively and positioning himself for a strong finish that could have bolstered his championship position. But Elliott's troubles were far from over. The real heartbreak came on lap 150, with just 50 laps remaining in the 200-lap marathon. NASCAR officials struck again, penalizing the number 9 team for pitting before pit road is open, sending Elliott to the back of the pack during the most crucial stage of the race. This second penalty was the final nail in the coffin for Elliott's Michigan hopes, effectively ending any chance he had of securing his first victory of the 2025 season. What makes these penalties particularly devastating for Elliott is his current championship situation. Sitting 5th in the standings with 464 points and 85 stage points, Elliott is the highest-ranked driver in the top 6 who has yet to secure a playoff spot through a victory this season. Every race that passes without a win increases the pressure on the number 9 team, and Michigan represented a golden opportunity that slipped away due to these costly infractions. The improper fueling penalty on lap 74 was particularly frustrating because it's an infraction that's completely avoidable with proper execution. Elliott's crew, led by crew chief Alan Gustafson, had been executing their pit strategy flawlessly throughout the early stages of the race. The number 9 car had shown genuine speed at Michigan, and Gustafson had the strategy working perfectly until this critical mistake completely unraveled their efforts. The second penalty on lap 150 for pitting before pit road is open was even more heartbreaking because it came during the final third of the race when track position becomes absolutely crucial. Elliott had fought back from his earlier penalty and was positioning himself for a potential top 10 finish when disaster struck again. This infraction was part of a larger pattern at Michigan, where 15 different drivers were penalized for the same violation throughout the night. Elliott wasn't alone in facing penalties at Michigan. His Hendrick Motorsports teammate Kyle Larson had an even more disastrous day, getting hit with penalties on consecutive laps, speeding on pit road on lap 68 and pitting before pit road is open on lap 69. The fact that even Larson, currently second in the championship standings with 535 points, faced similar struggles highlights just how treacherous the pit road conditions were at Michigan. The penalty nightmare extended to other big names as well, with drivers like Noah Gragson getting penalized twice and Ryan Blaney also facing infractions. However, for Elliott, these penalties carry extra weight because of his championship position and his desperate need for a victory to secure his playoff spot. What's particularly concerning for Elliott and his fans is the timing of these mistakes. With the regular season winding down and playoff spots becoming increasingly precious, every race represents a crucial opportunity. Elliott's 464 points put him in 5th place, but drivers like Tyler Reddick, 6th with 460 points, are breathing down his neck. The margin for error is shrinking rapidly, and races like Michigan can't be thrown away due to avoidable penalties. The psychological impact of these penalties on Elliott and his team cannot be overstated, After struggling with consistency early in the 2025 season, the number 9 team had been showing signs of improvement. Michigan was supposed to be a track where Elliott could capitalize on his road course and intermediate track skills, but instead it became a reminder of how quickly things can go wrong in NASCAR's next-gen era. Elliott's calm demeanor and professional approach have always been his trademarks, but sources close to the team suggest significant frustration behind the scenes. The number 9 team knows they have the speed and talent to compete for victories, but execution errors like those seen at Michigan are preventing them from reaching their full potential. Looking ahead, Elliott finds himself in an increasingly precarious position. While he's currently in the playoffs based on points, his lack of a victory means he's vulnerable to being bumped out if new winners emerge in the remaining regular season races. The pressure is mounting on the number 9 team to execute flawlessly and find victory lane before the playoff field is set. The Michigan penalties serve as a harsh reminder that in modern NASCAR, championships are often won and lost on pit road and through flawless execution. For Chase Elliott, these infractions represent more than just a bad day. They're missed opportunities that could haunt his championship aspirations if he can't find victory lane in the coming weeks. As Chase Elliott and the number 9 team head into the remaining regular season races, the pressure is mounting like never before. These Michigan penalties could be the turning point that defines his 2025 championship hopes. Will Elliott bounce back and find victory lane, or will these costly mistakes come back to haunt him when the playoff field is set? What do you think? Can the number 9 team overcome this adversity and secure their playoff spot? Drop your predictions in the comments below, smash that like button if you're pulling for Chase Elliott, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest NASCAR news and updates.